just arrived in Paris, and today I'm going to SIMPPAR, which is the world's largest perfumery raw materials trade show. So this is where, once per year, the world's largest manufacturers of raw materials congregate and show off their latest creations, and perfumers from all over the world come here to find new and interesting raw materials to find something special to put inside their perfumes. I haven't been before, so today I'm going to take you with me and show you what it's like to explore SIMPPAR firsthand. So, why did I come to SIMPPAR? Well, as you may know, over the past couple of years I've been creating an online store called The Fragrance Foundry, with the aim of stocking the best supplies for perfumery all in one place. As part of this, I'm working on a curated perfumery palette of carefully selected raw materials. It's important to me that we stock gold standard raw materials manufactured by the most highly regarded producers in the fragrance industry, i.e. the same raw materials preferred by master perfumers at iconic fragrance houses. Since SIMPPAR is the one place where these leading raw materials manufacturers all come together once per year, my goal was simple: to understand exactly how we can purchase from as many of these renowned manufacturers as possible. Now, that may sound silly. Why not just send them an email on their website? You see, these manufacturers are tough to reach. Contact forms often get ignored, especially for small businesses like mine. It's like calling Nestle for a single tub of ice cream. They'd point you to a store. SIMPPAR was therefore my opportunity for face-to-face talks with these people so I can bring cool new materials to you guys. This isn't the only reason people attend SIMPPAR. Perhaps the most common reason for attending this event is for perfumers to discover all of the latest perfumery raw materials. Each major manufacturer has their own booth where they might display their catalogue or any newly released raw materials or other highlights from their collection. Many booths have marketing representatives who will let you smell the raw materials and tell you all about them. This is a wonderful experience for any perfumer. It's a bit like being a kid in a candy shop. They sometimes have perfumes made up with and without a key material so that you can understand the effect it has on the composition. Of course, they like to create demonstration formulas using a lot of their exclusive materials to help convince you to use them. Sales representatives are also present for more information on purchasing and pricing. Some companies have high minimum orders, which can be a challenge for smaller businesses like mine. Think whole barrels of material rather than just bottles. I'd probably need a bigger warehouse. Whilst I was there, I had the pleasure of saying hello to master perfumer Christophe Laudamiel, and he was a super nice guy. Hello.
Hi.
This is Christophe Laudamiel, famous perfumer.
Thank you. We're having a lot of fun here. You have to come next time.
So then, what were the highlights in terms of new raw materials? Well, Payen Bertrand, a highly respected manufacturer from Grasse in France, who have over 160 years of experience, were presenting 5 new naturals. The one which caught my eye was a very nice Peru balsam extracted via their proprietary Process E extraction process. The best way to describe the smell is halfway between cinnamon and benzoin. If you don't know what benzoin smells like, it's a bit like vanilla but with hints of incense. I'm now working to get this into our raw materials collection. I stopped by at Capua, the industry-leading Italian producer of citrus oils. They had a suite of infusions from a new extraction method, and the highlight in my eyes was their hazelnut extract, which smells like real hazelnut. This is a pretty significant achievement since hazelnut has always been created as a synthetic note by perfumers up until now. Initially, I'd only been meaning to get in contact about stocking their famous citrus oils, which, by the way, are the best I've smelled for perfumery. Hopefully, I'll have a range of some of these in the next few months, and maybe even their hazelnut as well. Symrise, one of the largest aroma chemical manufacturers, was showcasing their brand new Ambrostar, which is a very powerful woody amber molecule. It was previously a captive, meaning it was only available to Symrise perfumers, but now for the first time it's available to anyone. The company Robertet were exhibiting some interesting materials as well. Their grape eau de vie CO2 was pretty incredible. It was just like cognac fresh from the bottle. Very expensive though, so I'll leave this one to their Robertet online store, Robertet being one of the few manufacturers to sell in small quantities directly to consumers. A company called Cinerome had a beautiful new clementine oil from Corsica. When I smelled it, I immediately thought, wow, that is really special. So this is the perfect candidate to fill our currently vacant clementine spot in our citrus palette. Another one I'm now working on stocking. It was also great to visit Biolands, a fantastic manufacturer who make pretty innovative naturals, and we already have a working relationship with them. I had the opportunity to smell a pretty good chunk of their catalogue, and I'll be adding a selection of my favorites to the Fragrance Foundry soon. Now, I've been looking to stock cardamom CO2 for a while now, as this is my favorite type of cardamom extract. However, our previous supplier network just didn't really give us access to this. So I discovered an excellent example by a company called Floral Concept. So I may be adding this to the collection as well later in the year. We'll have to see how we go for budget and things like that. One of the main highlights of SIMPPAR is always Firmenish's Sharing Innovation collection. Firmenish being one of the largest fragrance companies in the world. This year they featured their new Cyclamen base, although I must say I wasn't massively impressed by it. My favorite, however, is their Rum SFE, i.e. CO2 extract, which is a super realistic, boozy, decadent, dark rum smell. The fragrance manufacturer Man also was showcasing their white rum extract. Both this and the Firmenich one are pretty incredible raw materials. It just kind of leaves it as a toss-up between if you'd like a white or a dark rum for your project, if you were going to have to decide between these two materials. The whole event was also a great opportunity to meet smaller companies who otherwise I wouldn't have known anything about. For example, Saikodo, a distributor of Japanese naturals, who were showcasing yuzu, hinoki, and sudachi oils. They also very kindly left me with a little sample pack, which was really nice. Misitano and Stracuzzi, an Italian company, were showcasing an innovative new range of fruit extracts created by capturing volatile molecules from the wastewater byproducts of their juice extraction process. Now, I was a really big fan of the banana extract since I've never smelled a natural banana extract before. Usually that's made synthetically by perfumers. Their basil extract was perhaps the closest extract I've smelled to real basil leaves, and their white wine extract was perhaps the closest material I've smelled to white wine. More so than cognac oil, which is the go-to material for that kind of thing normally. Finally, I found a company called Actifs Précieux, which was another such gem. They had an amazing leather extract, which basically used offcuts from the manufacturing of other goods, so things like handbags, and then they went and did a CO2 extraction. Now this is the most realistic leather material I've ever smelled, a clear upgrade from Firmenish's cuir or leather base, which is my current go-to for a leather note in perfumery. So to conclude then, the trip was a success. I talked to lots of different manufacturers and got a much better picture of how we could stock products from them. Not only did I discover new manufacturers that I previously wasn't aware of, but I also discovered some fantastic new materials which I'm really excited to add to our curated perfumery palette available to you at thefragrancefoundry.com. To top it all off, I met some cool people and even a couple of fans, which was really a pleasure. Lovely to meet you guys. Thank you for coming to say hello. Anyway, that's all from me and I'll be back soon with another video. And if you want to smell any of these new materials for yourself, then sign up to the Fragrance Foundry's mailing list right now at the bottom of this video, and then you'll be the first to hear if any of the materials mentioned in this video get added to the store, and also tips on how to use them. Hey, so here I've just met Adrian, and he is a helper at the Hexerei.
Yes, that's correct.
So what does the Hexerei do?
So we sell raw materials for, basically we're a distributor selling raw materials to people that want to start with perfumery and want to get first access to materials. Yeah.
And you guys are based in the Netherlands, right?
Exactly, yes.
So anyone in the Netherlands,
yeah,
this is where you can get raw materials.
Oh yeah.
Hey, so this is Vincent, and he has a bespoke perfumes business in the UK.
Yes.
Would you like to share a little bit about your business?
Yeah, okay, so I create bespoke perfumes, so in a very artisanal way. I just do one-to-one with my customer. I try to tell the story in my perfumes. I try to connect the memories, and to connect it to the smell. And in that way they have a very unique and personal sense. And yeah, I can create for anyone, so if you're interested, please reach out.